2x cubed and then negative 4x cubed, which makes negative 6x cubed. If I want to write it in order, I need the highest power first, so negative 6x cubed minus 1. Notice the signs stay with the value it's attached to. 4, we have 2v cubed plus 2 plus 3v cubed plus 2. I combine like terms. 2v cubed and 3v cubed make a total of 5v cubed. 2 plus 2 is 4, and they are already in descending order. 5 through 8, we are finding the product, so we are going to distribute. I distribute the 3v first. 3 times 8, 24. 2 v's, so it's squared. 3 times negative 5 is negative 15 with 1 v. Now I distribute this positive 2. 2 times 8 is 16 with 1 v. 2 times negative 5 is negative 10. We can combine our middle-like terms. So we get 24v squared plus only 1v minus the 10 as our solution. Okay, I'm going to distribute this negative 8 to this 6. So we get that 8 times 6 is 48. And it's a negative with 2 n's, which means it'll be n squared. Right, then 8 times 4, we get a positive 32 with 1 n on it. I've distributed it to both. Now I distribute the 5. 5 times 6 is plus 30 with 1 n. 6 times 4, or 5 times 4 is negative 20. Combine the middle terms and we get negative 48n squared plus 62n minus 20. For problem 7, we distribute the negative 7p to both terms. Negative 7 times negative is a positive 42 with 2 p's, so it'll be squared. Negative 7 times a positive 7 is negative 49 with 1 p. Distribute the negative 6 times negative 6 is a positive 36 with 1 p. Negative 6 times a positive 7 is negative 42. Combine like terms. 42p squared. Negative 49 and positive 36 makes a negative 13p minus 42. We distribute the 4. 4 times 6, 24n squared. 4 times 2 is negative 8 with 1 n. Positive 2 times 6 is a positive 12 with 1 n. 2 times negative 2 is a negative 4. Combine like terms. 24n squared. A positive 12 minus 8 is a positive 4n minus 4. Alright, now we're going to rewrite these expressions in radical form, which means we need the root for a radical. When I rewrite 7n 5/2 as a root, the bottom number goes on the root, 5 stays as the power, and 7n is on the inside. On 10, we do the same thing. 5 goes on our root, 2 stays in the power, 10n is inside. On these ones, we are given decimals. If I rewrite it as a fraction, I get 1/2. If, let's say you don't know how to change that to a fraction, you can do 0.5 equals, and then do second fraction to decimal, and you get 1/2. When I rewrite it in the radical form, 2 goes on the root, 1 is in the power, and b goes inside. You do not have to write the 2. When I have the root, it automatically has a 2 on it, and the power of 1 doesn't have to be written in either. So you could do either solution. 1.6, if I wanted it as a decimal, would be, let's get it as 8/5. So when I write it as a radical, I have 5 on the root and 8 as the power. R is on the inside. So we have just written all of those in radical form. Now we want to write the expression in exponential form. So when I have a root with no number, there's really a 2 there. So I have n, 2 goes in the denominator because it's the root, 5 is the power, is on top. My power here, when my power doesn't have anything, there's really a 1. So I have p, the power of 1, and the root goes on the denominator. There's no there's no number on the root, so I know it's a 2. I have 2n to the power of 5, but it has to be divided by whatever number's on the root for exponential form. The power is missing, I know it's a 1, so the root goes on the denominator of the power. Alright, we are going to simplify radicals. I distribute, because of the parentheses, I have to distribute the root 15 in. Root 15 times root 30 is the square root of 15 times 3, which is 45, plus 5 root 15 times 5 is 75.